There have been some bizarre UFO sightings over the past couple of days, one in particular that's being dubbed the Cigar UFO. It's an incredibly cigar-like shape. This came to my attention when I was on Reddit on the r/aliens subreddit, when there was a post made that stated, cigar-shaped UFO caught on CCTV camera in Winters/California, United States. What is it? And alongside it was a post on X from a page called Strange Videos. And this is the video that they had. So obviously there were a few different speeds and angles on that, one in particular being from the actual CCTV and then the others being kind of cropped and zoomed in and slowed down. But this image right here that's on your screens is obviously the most clear of them, which quite clearly shows the shape of this, what people are deeming to be an alien spacecraft. Now, there's not much really to this other than the footage. When we read through the comments section, a lot of people seem to think that it looks very similar to other strange phenomena. Now, when I did a bit of research on the cigar-shaped UFO, this is not the first time that this has ever been captured. There are many, many, many different documentations of this UFO all around the world in all different time periods. So we're going to take a little look at some of the other ones that have been reported over the past few years. So the first one comes from the Nottinghamshire Live outlet, which says, cigar-shaped UFO in Mansfield among recent Nottinghamshire sightings. And it goes on to state, a cigar-shaped object in the skies of Mansfield are among the most recent Nottinghamshire UFO sightings, as figures show nearly 1,000 have occurred across the country over the last 2 years. Newark and Strewley are also among the places in Nottinghamshire where the UFO sightings have been reported, with 10 being reported in the last 2 years overall. A cigar-shaped object with a pulsing light was seen above the skies of Mansfield, with the spotter reporting that it was regularly changing colour. The report was made in May last year, with the spotter saying that it was, quote, moving and hovering in the sky. So there's the first one, which, you know, is very, very similar to the video that is right here. When we look at it, okay, it's kind of a hovering shape. This one obviously moves very, very quick, and we see it there in the actual footage. But that's not the only one, as 5 years ago, there was a report that came onto CBS Boston which says, cigar-shaped interstellar object may have been alien probe, Harvard paper claims. Now we're going to take a little look at this because this is where it gets deep. Now, did
researchers just solve a mystery from space? Experts at Harvard say this cigar-shaped object spotted last year could be an alien ship. The theory's out of this world, and the object may be too.
But Harvard researchers say some more obvious explanations have been ruled out. WBZ's Paul Burton has the story, all new at 5.
Now, that's interesting. I'm just going to stop it there. More obvious explanations have been ruled out. This is coming from Harvard, one of the top universities in the world. So, you know, the credibility is right up there when it comes to this kind of thing.
This is the very first object that was discovered in the solar system that originated from outer space.
Scientists say tumbling through our solar system right now is this strange cigar-shaped object called Oumuamua,
which in Hawaiian means a visitor from far away coming here for the first time.
Harvard University professor Avi Loeb says the object was discovered last year. He says it's not a comet or an asteroid, and why there's no scientific proof, it could be something from another life form.
Could be a space debris from an advanced technological equipment that is either defunct or operational. We don't know. Maybe it's a reconnaissance mission coming to the inner part of the solar system to look around.
Like an alien ship?
Our suggestion is that it may be a light sail. A light sail is a sail pushed by light. just like a sailboat is being pushed by the wind.
Begs the question, do you think we are alone?
No, I don't think we're alone. I think there's a good chance that there's something out there for sure.
I think we're alone.
You just never know.
Professor Loeb says the object is now moving out of our solar system. It will take thousands of years to do so. However, he also says it's too late for scientists to find that object again in space with the technology we have today.
With conventional rockets, we cannot catch up with it. However, if we develop better technology for propulsion, we could potentially in the future chase it down and reach it.
While it's the first...
Can we just talk about that for a second? Obviously, you know, this could just be an asteroid for all we know, you know, moving very, very quickly, using gravity to kind of push and pull its way around, but that's crazy.
This kind, scientists think they'll find other objects in the coming years.
People should be excited that we currently have the technology and the scientific method to find out whether we are alone.
In Cambridge, I'm Paul Burton,
Now that is pretty insane. But what's even stranger is that that is not the only recording, and it even goes a lot further with a man reporting to see a UFO over Lake Norman also 5 years ago. Let's take a little look at this.
Stories of UFO sightings have gotten around much faster than those unidentified objects themselves.
Yeah, well, Jason Swing says he recorded video of a cigar-shaped object flying right over Lake Norman. You see it here in the big monitor behind us. And now this clip is flying all over the internet and being featured by news outlets around the world.
So we sent our own Evan West out to investigate, and here's what he found.
Hey, this is a spacecraft.
Jason Swing had no idea the video he captured in our own backyard would make its way around the globe.
I'd never.
But can we just talk about that one for a moment? Because that one was, obviously, it's still got that very thin kind of cigar shape, which is what it's, you know, being referred to as. And that one was hovering, but it does hold that shape, which is very consistent throughout all of these stories. Is that shape.
I've never seen anything like that before.
There's only one way for the Mooresville man to describe his out-of-world experience.
It was just really crazy.
Plenty of weird happens on the water, but above Lake Norman,
You know, the UFO is unidentified.
Jason's video shows this blimp-like object flying right off Hager's Creek boat landing. He says it was astronomically large.
Maybe two sizes of two 747s. It was massive.
He knows it's hard to believe. Other people have questioned the alleged UFO, but we went through the list anyway.
Oh, it was definitely not a drone.
Not a plane either.
For sure.
There's no abducting the evidence. After posting the clip on YouTube,
You see that?
the views have eclipsed 100,000.
People from the UK's put it on their site. A lot of people's got in contact with me.
Experts from all over have seen the recording of the orbiting object.
And no one can tell me what it is.
Despite the extraterrestrial attention, Jason still has his day job, but his lease on life has ascended to a new atmosphere.
I feel like there's other life form, but after I saw this, I know there's something now.
Only one other person saw what Mr. Swing captured with his phone, and that person happened to be with him. So that doesn't mean that Mr. Swing didn't see a UFO here at Hager's Creek. All it means is that it's just one more unsolved mystery. Reporting in Lake Norman, I'm Evan West.
Now that is very, very interesting because, again, the same thing being reported, but this time from a different part of the world. It's consistent with its story, but just different. It's just dotted around the world. We've had the UK, we've had multiple parts of the US, multiple parts of the UK have been reported as well, but that's not where it stops, as there has been another one that was spotted back in 2023 with a news article from the Daily Star. Now, it is the Daily Star, so take it with a pinch of salt, but it says, cigar-shaped UFO returns to US as mysterious craft is spotted from plane over California, which is exactly where this recent one was spotted. There is footage to go with it, but I'll read a little bit of the article first. A plane passenger was left spooked when they saw a cigar-shaped UFO travelling towards the plane before it disappeared into the clouds. Truth seekers and UFO fanatics were excited to see the metallic, quote, Tic Tac appearing in the very same hotspot where a similar cigar-shaped object was hovering, Orange County in California 2 years ago. So let's take a little look at this footage right here. Now, obviously, the Tic Tac UFO was one that really took the internet by storm around this time period. But, you know, it is still within keeping of this cigar-shaped UFO. Is it linked? I don't know. I can't tell you that. But I'm not going to go on to the Tic Tac because that's a whole different thing. And I'm trying to keep up with the more recent stuff. Okay, so there is obviously this one as well, which was the sighting over Orange County, which again was referenced in the previous article, but this is the footage of that cigar-shaped UFO. So let's take a little look at that quickly as well. Now, this one is a lot more in keeping with this one here, where when we look at it from this angle here, it's a lot more in keeping, kind of, you know, the strobe lights, if you will. When you look at it from this angle, no, that's the wrong article. When you look at it from this angle, and then you look at it from here, you can see where the similarities lie and why they are kind of labelled the same thing. Though what's interesting about this one is this is static. This is not moving from what I can tell. It doesn't seem to be moving in any direction, it's just sat.
Y abajo de esas luces se ven otras. ¿Qué pedo, güey? ¿Qué pedo, cabrón?
And once again, there is another one which is related in California with, I think this goes back again to the Tic Tac one, but it's kind of under the same umbrella of this cigar-shaped UFO.
The silver cylindrical object. Now, there are no visible wings nor windows, and the linear shape of it makes me believe that this is not a blimp. This object was filmed at 4:17 p.m. and we can just see it cruising over the horizon. The visibility is very good. There are no clouds to speak of. There is nothing in the way of this object, and we can just see it just traveling along without a care in the world. Does it realize that we are under lockdown and that not many people are about? But this one person was about, and she managed to film this.
Now, there are truly thousands upon thousands upon thousands of these sightings. Like, there are so many videos of these cigar-shaped Tic Tac UFOs. But another one which came in, which really sparked my interest, was this one from NBC News, which was published back in 2010. Now, this was in Beijing, and this, to me, is the most similar to the one that was filmed in California a couple of days ago. Again, kind of reference, looking at this one here now, and then looking at this one in Beijing, you can kind of see this one's got a bit more of an electrical light to it, from what I can tell. You know, it's a weird one. So this photo was provided to China Daily after a July UFO sighting in Hangzhou. Experts later concluded that the picture showed airplane lights stretched out due to time exposure effects. So this one was inevitably debunked, but I mean, there obviously was a lot there of the sightings, but if you know me on this channel, I like to play devil's advocate, and I try to do as much research as I can before I share these topics. Now, there is a supposed theory behind why we see these cigar-shaped UFOs, and it is called the rod optical phenomenon. Okay, I didn't know what it was until I did some research on this, but on this Wikipedia article, it says, in cryptozoology and ufology, rods, also known as skyfish, air rods or solar entities, are elongated visual artifacts appearing in photographic images and video recordings. Most optical analysis to date have concluded that images are insects moving across the frame as the photo is being captured. Okay, so optical analysis. Robert Todd Carroll, having consulted an entomologist, identified rods as images of flying insects recorded over several cycles of wing beating on video recording devices. The insects captured on image a number of times while propelling itself forward, giving the illusion of a single elongated rod-like body with bulges. A 2000 report by staff at the Straight Dope also explained rods as such phenomena, namely tricks of the light which result from how primarily video images of the flying insects are recorded and played back. Adding to the investigators have shown the rod-like bodies to be a result of motion blur of the if the camera is shooting with relatively long exposure times. If you want to read more on this, you can go and check out the rod optical phenomenon yourself over on Wikipedia. I'm sure there's plenty more articles kind of talking about it as well, but I feel like I would have been cheating you guys if I just said that this was definitely UFOs and I didn't find this, but make of it what you will. Now I hand it over to you guys with all the information. Is this true UFO sightings? Are these cigar and Tic Tac, sightings true? Or is it just this optical illusion? Let me know down in the comments below. What I do find interesting though is that, especially with that one that was over the lake in the USA, he saw it with his naked eye, which then sparked him to record, which tells me that it couldn't have been long exposure, because you don't have long exposure with your eyes, only with recording devices. But that's just my 50 pence worth on it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Let me know what you think, and while you're down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button if you have enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. Don't forget, if you want to send me some stuff to check out, send it to us via email, or you can come and join us on our Discord and Twitter, or now X. Links to those are down in the description below. Anyway guys, I hope that you have enjoyed. I cannot wait to see you in the next one, and I will spook to you later. Peace.